Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll. And today I come to you with this little doll here. Now I don't know who she is. She has no markings on the back of her neck. Nothing there at all. And but I'm going to clean her up. When I was up in the attic there, I found a lot of dolls that I have forgotten about, and I wanted them down and I just forgot. And it's time to bring some of them down, clean them up, and get them dressed. And I think she's a 1970, 80-ish type doll. That's my feelings on her. She doesn't seem to be like a 60-ish or anything of that sort. Mind you, she does have the wires in her. As I'm looking at her arms and her legs, there are wires in her. I don't know why I'm saying that, because I just didn't think they would still be using wires in the 80s or something, you know, that type of thing. But I'm going to say more 70-ish this doll is. But what we need to do with her is get her cleaned up. She is filthy, like just in the face, the arms, and the hands. So I thought you might like to see this and watch me clean her. I'm going to try to be very camera sensitive, because I've been noticing again I'm slipping away and not listening to my I did a video on one of the F&B dolls and I wasn't paying attention to my camera. You get caught up and doing things and you forget you got a camera there. You're seeing it, but the rest of the people aren't seeing it. So we're going to get her cleaned up a little bit here and just start going at her here. Some of this here. Now, I don't know if this is in her, or somebody was trying to draw tears on her, like she was crying, or what they were doing. But I do know she does need to be clean. Oh, she is. Oh, her little ears are just dirty. Wow. So it looks like this here. Oh, got something off of her, something hairy. There we go. But this is goop that I'm using. For those that are new on my channel here, I use this here to clean my dolls with, if you're not familiarized with it. And there's another one called Gojo. Either one, they're the same idea when it comes to cleaning vinyl and composition dolls. So it looks like somebody scratched into her right down here. I don't know what I'm going to do about that right now. I'm just kind of looking at it going, that's too bad that they did that to her. That's scratched right in to her vinyl. Like it's in the vinyl itself. That's too bad. I'm going to see what I can do down the road for that there, but no guarantees when it's starting to be scratched right in. She's a pretty doll, you know. She almost has that Gerber mouth, you know. She's not a Gerber though, a Gerber doll at all. No. There's a big difference between the Gerber but she does have that Gerber type look. That's what I'm saying. So she's a gorgeous little thing though. I found up in my attic, when I was going up in the attic, for another subscriber, she wanted to know about limbs, and I found some dolls up there that, like I said, I had a bucket up there. I know the bucket was sitting really close up in the attic, so I know I put it there because I wanted to bring them back down. That was the whole case, you know, to bring them down. What I'm thinking I can do, not today, I'm not going to do this today. What I think I like to do is see if I can match up her paint and fill this in. It seems to be there's even problems down by her chin area here. This stuff doesn't want to come off. It's right in her vinyl itself. And see if I can color this in with some of my, like what I've done when dolls fade. And if I can just bring some life back into the vinyl in here. She's been really scratched up. This down here, I'm not too sure what this is all about going on in here. We're going to get this mouth cleaned out here. So she probably hasn't eaten in a while. There we go. Have some goop. This stuff really cleans nice. And if you let it sit, that's what I find with goop. You let it sit for a little bit. It really can clean wonderful, you know. I bought something from eBay. My son gave me a card for my birthday, eBay card. And I'm going to ask him the next time to get me a PayPal card, because that means I can go on any site I want. I can go on Etsy. That's what I told him. If you can find, I don't know, like there are PayPal cards out there, gift cards. So I said, if you want to get me a gift card, try getting me a PayPal one. That means I can buy from Amazon for supplies. Like, I love the eBay cards. Don't get me wrong. They're wonderful. But It's great for supplies. It's great for, you know, if I want to go on Amazon and buy a doll parts, well, doll part supply, no, they like a straight credit card. I don't know why they don't have PayPal. I'll have to call them and ask them to get PayPal in. Maybe that costs them, I'm not sure, but anyhow, I would like to have a PayPal card, and that opens up the door for Etsy and other places as well, not just eBay, because I do buy from both, you know, and usually it's for supplies, you know, like mohair I can buy and things like this, you know, and that opens up those doors for me to get other things. So, but don't, like I said, don't get me wrong, I love the eBay cards, but I would really love to have a, so I'm going to put my request in for Christmas. If he can find it, it's available around here, I'm not sure. If he's ever seen them in the store, I'm going to look, because my daughter and I are going out again today. We have to. We need cat food. So we're going to, I'm going to look around and see what they have out there, you know. So there we go. Oh my goodness, just let that sit. Just let it take over for a little bit. And that's what you want from this stuff, just to take over, get in there, and just soften the dirt. And then when you take it off, it just comes off nice, just wonderfully. Oh, that looks nice. You know, I hope you're enjoying these videos here, just me cleaning the dolls up. It's great for people to see this who are new to the doll world and want to get involved into it, and what to use. Someone said they didn't know that you could use acetone on a composition doll. Well, I wasn't using it directly on the composition itself, it's on the paint of the doll, of the composition doll. So when you're doing that, and remember, paint, what they did was they would put a shell on the paint first, and then put the, like they would put a shell paint on it, and then they would put the hue, which is the color of the doll, the flesh tone. And then they would, I was reading about it, and they would put like a shell over the composition, which is still an oil paint shell. It's like a pre-coat. And then they would put the flesh tone on top of it. That's why in oil paint it flakes off. If the oil dries out too much in oil paint, the last stage is flaking right off. So that happens. So when you're taking it off for acrylic, the same idea. They use that oil paint shell, and they would just take some of the oil paint, what oil paint came off of it, in the play of the child playing with the doll, and then and then they, excuse me, sorry, and then what they would do is use that shell, and then they would put the oil paint, the acrylic over it. So the thing is that you can take acrylic, you can take acetone over it, or if you want to remove oil paint, you would use turpentine, paint thinners, things like that, dilute. You would use to thin out paint. It also takes oil paint off. So, but on that doll in there, the F&B doll that I found up in the attic, she's in beautiful shape. She just needs some attention. That's all she's going to be, like I said, an easy one to deal with. But yeah, this doll here, she's a pretty little thing, and she's going to turn out nice, this one here, once she's dressed and everything. So, Pepper! My daughter's dog is outside here, telling the neighbors off. He likes to rule the country, I think, the world. He's a world leader, I think. His world is in this backyard. But anyhow, oh my word, she turned out, that makes her look so much nicer. The vinyl looks so much nicer than what it was. You know, it just cleans up vinyl, something wonderful. And we're just going to do now the top of her head. Let's see what you're seeing. I'm trying to be sensitive too. We're going to maybe move you out a little bit too. Let me see what he's doing. Pepper, Pepper, come on. Pepper, that's enough. No, Pepper, come on. They're out in the backyard there. He's just telling them off. Okay, let's get. Let's go up here on her head. Just going to put this on here and just kind of give her a nice clean. Pepper. Oh my goodness, he likes to tell the world off. Stay away from my yard. That's what he's doing. If I translate in dog language to English, it's stay away from my yard. Don't even come near. Don't even think of it. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, she's cute. She's a real cute little doll. She really has that Gerber head and everything. I don't know if it was trying to run against Gerber, the Gerber doll. But if you look at her in the face here, she just has that nice little Gerber face, you know, close to Gerber face, you know, type of thing. And, you know, just, I don't know if they were trying to compete with her or not. It doesn't matter. She's still a cute little doll. There's always competition dolls out there. I was reading about the F&B doll. There were, Horseman tried to compete against the Baby Bubbles when she came out. She actually came out in 1926, even though she's marked on the back 1924. And I'm wondering with the one I have that's not marked, that I have two that are marked 1924 and there's one that isn't. What they had to do is get her patented because she was created in 1924. So I'm wondering if the one I had is one of the early ones where they didn't have the date on her yet. And then they had it, when they got the patent in, then they put the date on her. So I'm wondering if that's the case when it comes to her, that one I brought down out of the attic is actually the first one, and then there was those other two are the secondary ones where they were made to patent and put the date on her 1924. But she didn't come out to 1926. Created in 1924, but brought out 1926. She was in production in 1924. But they didn't introduce her till, I think it was a Christmas. And she's also modeled after a real child, too. That's another thing I learned about her, which is really good because that's like the Bilo Baby. Bilo Baby was modeled after a newborn infant in an orphanage. So, and she's made by the Horseman Company, I think, isn't it? Bilo is. My goodness, I'm starting to forget my dolls. Oh, can't do that. That's horrible. But anyways, though, yeah, Pepper! Get away, Bee. Hey, Mouthy, get over here. You stop that. That's enough. I'm making a video. Nobody wants to hear you bark. There we go. But anyways, a little part of my world here. But anyhow, I think we're looking pretty good here and we're getting ready to be dressed. That's too bad about this here. We're going to have to look in to see what I can do for her here. And fixing the scratch mark going right down like this here. She also has some problem around her chin here. So we need to look, I'm going to look into that to see what I can do. If there's a way of I can color her. Otherwise, that's just going to be how she is. But she's still a wonderful doll. I think she's quite nice. And I'm going to now dress her. And we'll get her dressed here and show her off to you. So I'm going to just put her little panties on her first here. We'll get those on her. And then we'll do the top part of her. All right. I really don't like dolls that come in like this because babies don't have waists. They're chubby. I like them to be as broad as what they are in their shoulders, as broad as they are in their waist down to their hips. They should be very straight. I don't like dolls that curve in. I just don't care for it. That's me, though, speaking here, but it's just how I like my dolls to be. Okay, we're going to get her dressing. Let's change our background a little bit here. And we're going to get her dressing. These are these I pick up from the thrift store. And these are big, oversized pillowcases. That's all they are. But they make great backgrounds. You can use them inside of a pram or your buggies or strollers, and they look really nice. So we're going to do her little shoes here first. Okay. And we're just going to fold these down. We got her little undies on her. Now, I know they don't cover the legs. That's why about the cloth legs, you know, like you don't want to show that. But her little dress, I hopefully will cover most of that. And she is going to be sitting, too. She's a sitting baby. So I brought white socks and yellow, but I think I'm going to go. Her outfit is this little corduroy vintage dress. It's made by Mini Togs. Oh, the traffic's bad today. Made in the Philippines. So we're going to put this on her. It's a nice little dress. I've had it for years, this little dress, actually. It comes in two pieces. It has the shirt and the little corduroy jumper that goes over it. There we go. Now let's see if you're seeing everything. I'm starting to forget the camera. No, you're not seeing that. See, I'm doing that again. Okay, there we go. So we got her little top on her. And it's just little yellow rosebuds on there. Little flower buds, I should say. I don't think they're roses, but they're little flower buds on there. Maybe they are yellow roses. I have yellow rose bush out in my garden there. Our little tiny garden that we started this year. And next year we're buying a rototiller, and we're going to do some rototilling and plant a bigger garden. We're looking at doing carrots and potatoes and just growing our own food. A little bit of our own food, which is fun. My daughter loves that type of stuff. She is a gardener right through. She's like my mom. My mother was a gardener. She loved to garden. She could grow anything, my mother could. And my daughter's the same way. I see a lot of my mother in my daughter. In so many ways. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at this little dress on her. See what I mean? It covers her legs when you sit her. So what do you think of that so far? Isn't that cute on her? I think that's just adorable on her. Yes. Oh, she's cute. Oh my word, yeah. You know, these little dresses just make the doll. They do. And now we got her bonnet. We got to put her bonnet on her. It's the last touch to a doll. There we go. It's her bonnet. There, let's put that off to the side. I don't like them right directly underneath there. Off to the side. There we go. Oh my goodness, she looks gorgeous. Now, you know, even with the scratch going down her face like this here, we do have, she's got like a dirty nose. Let's see if we can go up at that nose. And I should have brought out some of my pointy, I might do that when I get in the shop, just go up her nose with a pointy Q-tip. Oh, the bees. Go away, bee. She's in yellow. They're attracted to the yellow, maybe. That's what it is. So I put this nice little yellow dress. There she is. Oh, she's a gorgeous little thing with her little hat and everything. Isn't that nice? And she's all ready to go into a pram and just look beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, I hope you liked this video with the barking and the traffic and everything else going on. You know, these are nice to make and just do here. And I think they're lovely. You know, these dolls are lovely, even from the ones from the 70s and the 80s just as well. And, oh, she's gorgeous. I love it on her. Nice fall dress. So she's ready for the fall. I like to, what I'm trying to do is put some yellows in there so that it reflects off the golds that I'm going to be using and everything. So she's going to be in my fall parade, because every year, beginning of fall, I have to queen or king one of my dolls. And I've been doing that for 2 years. So stay ready for that. That's coming up here when the beginning of fall here. I might not do it directly on fall, but I do have a crowning of king or queen. I haven't chosen which doll yet. It's going to be king or queen fall, autumn. So last year, I forget who it was. Who was it? I have to take a look and see. I forgot who it was. The first year it was Mary Lou. Mary Lou was Queen Autumn. So we'll have another Queen Autumn coming up here